Hi, everyone, and welcome to your Rocky Read-Along book. Every time you hear the chime, it means it's time to turn the page in your storybook. Now, if you are ready, we will start the story of Rocky versus Clubber Lang. Don't forget to turn the page every time you hear the chime. All right, it's time to begin. This is the story of a man named Rocky and how he became a world champion. It was not an easy road for Rocky, but through hard work and dedication, he made his dream a reality. The adventure begins years before Rocky's battle with Clubber Lang. Rocky was born and raised in South Philadelphia, one of the poorest parts of town. Because his neighborhood was rough, Rocky learned how to fight in order to protect himself. He was never a well-trained boxer, but he had strength and he had heart. They were a winning combination. Even though Rocky lost his first fight with Apollo Creed, he did not give up. He trained hard and decided to try again. All his hard work was rewarded. In a rematch, Rocky fought and defeated Apollo Creed and became champion of the world. After becoming a real champion, Rocky's training began to slow down. The success that he had worked so hard for turned into an enemy as powerful as any Rocky had ever faced in the ring. Anytime there is a champion, there's bound to be a challenger. Clubber Lang was a tough fighter, too. He was sure he could defeat Rocky if he were given a chance. One day, the city of Philadelphia was dedicating a statue of Rocky. The mayor and many famous citizens were there. Clubber Lang knew this would be a good time to challenge Rocky to a fight. Clubber accused Rocky of getting soft. In his heart, Rocky knew that Clubber Lang was right. The last few fights had been easy for Rocky. Clubber Lang claimed that Rocky was afraid to fight him. But this was not true. Rocky had faced many hard times in his life and was not afraid to take on another challenge. Rocky stepped forward and, to everyone's surprise, accepted Clubber Lang's challenge. He would fight again to prove that he was still a champ. Rocky's ex-opponent, Apollo Creed, knew that Rocky would need help in training if he were to defeat Clubber. Putting old differences aside, Apollo volunteered to help Rocky get in shape for the big fight. Now that Rocky was in training for his championship fight with Clubber Lang, his life was much harder. He changed his diet, and with Apollo Creed's help, began working out night and day. Besides fighting with his trainer Apollo, Rocky also did a lot of exercise. Every day, there was jogging, sit-ups, push-ups, and more jogging. It was not easy for the champ, and more than once he felt like giving up. After all, what did he have to gain by fighting this young challenger? Rocky already had his fame and his fortune in hand. But Rocky was not the only person who was training for the fight. Clubber Lang was mean, but he was no fool. He knew how strong his opponent was. Clubber's training program was just as tough as Rocky's. Although he thought he could defeat the champ, he wasn't taking any chances. He, too, exercised steadily to make sure his body was in top shape. As the day of the big fight drew nearer and nearer, each fighter increased his daily workout. They were both determined to win. But in fact, only one man could be the winner. Who would it be? Clubber Lang or Rocky? Although Rocky was not fighting for money or fame, he still had a good reason to do his best. It was a matter of pride for the champ. He knew he was still the greatest fighter in the world, and now it was time to prove it. In some ways, this was the most important battle of his life. Rocky reached deep inside to find the strength and power he knew he would need to win. The night of the fight, the air was thick with excitement. A huge crowd had gathered in the arena to see the young challenger, Clubber Lang, try to defeat Rocky, the champ. From the first bell, Rocky could tell that the fight would not be easy. The mean gleam in Clubber Lang's eyes told Rocky that this strong young fighter was out to make a name for himself. Minute by minute and round by round, Rocky had to reach deeper in order to find the spirit to push on. He could hear the crowd shouting his name, "Rocky! Rocky!" But even the roar of 1,000 screaming voices seemed far away to him now. All he could think about was winning. Then, in an instant, it was all over. Rocky had won. He was bruised and sore, but he held his head high as the referee shouted, "Ladies and gentlemen, the winner and still champion of the world, Rocky!" The crowd went wild. Rocky had proved to the whole world that if you want something badly enough and are willing to work for it with all your heart, nothing and no one, not even Clubber Lang, can stand in your way.